Yo, what up, everyone? It's your boy Debo with Debo's Picks. I want to recap last night's plays real quick, as well as offer up my plays for tonight's NBA slate. So let's dive into it. Starting off with last night's plays, the opposite occurred on what we expected out of certain players, starting off with Jimmy Butler. He ended up being a late scratch DNP, which made us think, hey, we're getting a value play now because we got Tyler Hero at 9.5 first half points to go over. Not the case. If you tuned into the game on TNT, you would notice that the Celtics were focusing on Tyler Hero, double teaming him, being that he was a primary scorer without Jimmy Butler on the court, forcing him to pass the ball. And then when he did have open looks, the dude was bricking. So it was a combination of good defense and a bad shooting night, which resulted in 4 points in the first half. In fact, he only had 4 points in the first 3 quarters of the game. So it was just a bad night overall for him. Didn't do us any favors. Bam did his thing, went over his rebounds, so he took care of business. And then we had Donovan Mitchell's taco Tuesday discount going over 21.5. He went over, finished 24. We also took his standard points prop bet of 25.5 or 26.5. He just missed out on going over that, of course. And then we have Vuk going over his first half PRA of 17.5. He easily took care of business. He pretty much had that by the first quarter. Then LeBron James turned into Steph Curry last night. Dude went 9 of 14 from the three-point line. When you go 9 of 14 from the three-point line, your chances are you're going to go over whatever points prop bet you got. And he went well over that. I think he finished with 46. A complete anomaly, not something you expect out of LeBron. If y'all know LeBron and y'all know basketball, he's not that kind of three-point shooter. But he obviously was on one last night. That occurs with certain players. On any given night, they just can throw it backwards with a blindfold and it's going to go in. That's the kind of night he had last night. So he went way over his standard prop bet of 32.5, which got bumped down to 31.5. So that's not something what I expected, but it happened. So overall, we had 6-player flexes. Some of them turned into 5-player flexes, which ended up making us come out with a 3 out of 5. So we ended up losing money, and that's not what we're about. We're about winning. And with that said, I want to offer up my plays for tonight. Now, you'll notice on a couple of 6-player flexes that I got James Harden going over his points 21.5. That's simply based on whether or not Joel Embiid plays or not. In this case, for his points, is that he's not going to play. And then on another 6-player flex, I took his assist going over in case Embiid does play. The assumption is he's not going to play. But even so, Harden can definitely dish him out. So if Embiid doesn't play, Harden can still get those assists up. But for now, that's what I'm working with. And you see what other plays that I'm linking them up with. One of my favorite plays, though, is definitely going to be Marketing going over his PRA at 37.5. I also got Yusuf Nurkic going over 9.5 rebounds. It got bumped up to 10. I still take it. At worst, he pushes. I think he goes over, but at worst, he pushes. That's another one of my favorites. Obviously, the matchup is set up for Dame to blow up against Utah, especially at home in Portland. So I really like these plays. The expectation, obviously, is that they're going to handle business. So best of luck. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.